Okay, so this is comfrey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I've put it in these little pots so we could actually just cut it and feed it to the fish, and we didn't have to walk to the garden because we got these in the garden as well.
I had met a person, she was saying she would put them around fruit trees for weed control.
It's really rich in protein and nutrients for plants. This compared with alfalfa, 1 acre of this comfrey would yield in 1 year the same as 50 acres of alfalfa. 50 acres of alfalfa you maybe cut twice a year, and that's it. This one you're harvesting every day throughout the year. So 50 times more nutritious in protein. Alfalfa is meant to be a really high protein.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 22% by dry weight is alfalfa, 35 by dry weight of comfrey. This stuff is a superfood. It's actually a very, very powerful antibiotic. So, guess what happens when you're feeding fish that are in close proximity to one another?
Yes, sir.
We don't need to treat them with antibiotics. We just give them this stuff. So what I'm going to do, if you're going to be setting up a big growing system, fish growing system, you're going to have farmland of this stuff, just crop of acres of this. And this is the feed you're going to be giving your fish.
Another thing we found out since we've come to the South, you know what fish love?
What's that?
Okra leaves.
Really?
Yeah, they
We're going to
love
go out to our
okra
garden and
leaves.
show you our okra trees have got no leaves.
Yeah, feed the fish.
They're all gone with me. But it's worked out really good for us because we had those okra and they got really big and we didn't know what to do with them.
Right.
And we're running, the fish were eating us out of house and home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them, the fish are hungry right now, that they haven't been fed.
The last time I was over here, he put them, they just start scooping.
Now, what type of fish are these?
Tilapia.
Are these tilapia? Okay.
Yeah, these are the blue, and there might be some whites in there. When we ordered them, I think from Tennessee, and they sent us, we think, a batch of white ones. So we said, nah, these aren't blue, and so they sent us another batch free and said sorry. And so we had 2 lots. And
We thought we ate all the whites, but I think we still have one in there breeding.
this is like a these are 3rd generation, and that's 2 years ago now.
So, comfrey, I've never seen a field of comfrey. So is that, it can be grown here, I guess?
Yep. I'll show you out in the garden.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah. And we've really minced that one up. But
It
these
grows
ones,
prolific in North Carolina.
Really?
It grows all in Georgia,
Wow.
Alabama,
There
Virginia,
you go.
Tennessee.
the snow.
I'm not so sure about it. I'm not so sure about Illinois and Michigan though.
The snow just slows it down.
Yeah, but yeah,
it
it
doesn't
does-
really
Don't kill it.
No.
Right.
Wow.
So it just goes back to the
Dormant.
ground, dormant,
Right.
and then as soon as it warms up, poof, it's up again. So it's a very, very deep-rooted plant, and so therefore it's so incredible in a garden because all the other plants are shallow-rooted. They're taking nutrients from the top. This thing sends the taproot down and brings it up from the bottom. So it can go through droughts, everything. It's a super plant in every way.
Yes, sir.
We believe the FDA has
USDA.
USDA have labeled it a noxious weed for the reason that it is uncontrollable because it grows from the root. So they can't
Make any
Patent-
money by
patent the
controlling the
seed.
seed.
Right.
okay. So they've banned it, and they say the reason why is this thing looks too much like foxglove, and foxglove is poisonous, so we don't want people getting poisoned. Because you can
make a mistake.
use this for stomach aches. Incredible in the Civil War, they called it knit bone for that very reason. Knitting bones, broken bones,
Really?
bullet wounds. Take this into a mulch. Okay, itches, really bad. What do you call it? Blood poisoning and gangrene. Just take it right away. So with the bullet wound, a hole or anything, that just mashes down, put it into a poultice, put it straight on, wrap it, and it would take care of it. It would actually stop the pain. And she broke a toe and dropped something and was in excruciating pain. Made a poultice of this, put it straight on, wrapped the foot up. In about 5 minutes, the pain was gone, totally gone.
Really?
And
It
it's
took
like-
about 3 days to get better, but and I put a poultice on every day.
It's like,
But what was more important, I thought, was we made a salve out of it for diabetes, for because I have ulcers, really bad ulcers, and I get no more ulcers anymore.
Really?
Wow.
No ulcers with this. It's just amazing.
So, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah. So this one, these were grown from one plant. I pulled out of the garden, decided I wanted to pot it, so I just broke it all up, little bits started, and actually all of these I had, but I think I had 50% success rate, which is pretty good for one plant.
You say you broke it up. So I mean, how'd you break it up? Just put it like that?
Yeah, you know, the root,
Oh, the root. Okay.
and at the bottom, the way the thing grows, it sends a little shoot up the side
Okay.
of the root,
Right.
and it'll have a root off that little shoot, so you could snap that
Like a
node
strawberry
right off.
plant.
Yeah, you could snap that node right off and then
Transport.
put that into another thing, and it'll just take off. Very easy to feed, and it's
And he's a brown thumb. If a green
so
thumb had done
easy,
it.
easy to grow, very easy to grow. So this is our staple food for the fish, and then anything that's, we were thinking here, what do they call that weed here? It grows everywhere. It's like a vine.
Kutsu.
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 Kutsu, right.
Now kutsu, we did a study on kutsu.
Really? Okay.
Here,
Oh yeah.
we believe
Tilapia
that's
love
what
it.
you're going to use to feed the tilapia, feed your fish. If you're anywhere around here or these parts, Georgia, whatever, that's what you grow, because that grows like wildfire. The
Right.
Japanese brought it over because it has very high nutrition, and it grows like a weed.
As a matter of fact, my agency used to promote it for erosion control. And
Yeah.
when it became a
Yeah,
noxious weed, they.
yeah, yeah.
But really?
So
okay.
we'd be advocating that with the fish farm you have acres of
Oh my gosh.
So-
Oh wow. That works
but
so well.
but you're harvesting it every day. You're cutting it back every day
Right.
because the
that's
fish are knocking it back. I've got about maybe 10, 15 pounds of fish in there right now, and they get through a pound, almost 2 pounds a day. Okay, so I'm feeding them leaves. All right, real easy to keep good water condition, because this
Yeah.
stuff, unlike
So the
fish feed.
So the vegetarian.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're vegetarian fish, except for they do eat worms. I do supplement every once in a while. I grow mealworms, which are really super easy to grow, and they like black soldier fly larvae, which get into my
So that's natural. Though.
compost. Yeah, and then they love the earthworms too. So
Moths.
But that's
So-
been the myth, is that they aren't
Scavengers.
They're scavengers, and that's
They're
what's
not.
been put out nationwide, and we want that clear.
I don't know. Our fish are so picky. I don't know where that rumor ever came from.
Well, what happens with the tilapia, the way they're growing them, and the catfish, they're growing them in ponds and in systems what they call semi-intensive and extensive.
Okay.
So that means one fish per 200 gallons, or 1 pound of fish per 200 gallons, and down to really getting heavy stocking, about 1 pound to 50 gallons. So that's why they have acres and acres. They have
Yes, sir.
massive ponds.
Right.
The pond's about 3 foot deep.
Right.
And what they do is they don't put any feed in. They put in fertilizer, which algae grows, and those fish eat the algae. And of course, what is happening is they're pooping on the floor. And when the algae's gone, then they're searching around in the mud for anything they can find, any worms, riggers, and that type of thing. And that's what you're eating with most of your tilapia
They're not
nowadays.
feeding.
So
That's what's happening.
the way we grow them in this method would be that we actually put them in a clean tank, lined, clean water, and we feed them real food and vegetation, and then we have that water flushed out, recycled, put throughout them, all their waste pulled out all at the same time, and that way we can get really good tasting fish. We've eaten our tilapia from day one when we first got our fish round in 2014, and nothing like it. We've had even our friends in Nevada, they eat a lot of tilapia, and they said our one was like, it was like another fish. It was like almost like a saltwater fish. It was so sweet and everything. And so, yeah, and that's just what we're feeding.
That's it.